Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome to Nebulous Fleet Command. This is a game that is very, very deep. It is... Why do I only have one ship? Right. This is a game that is... How should I pronounce this? 3D sea power, to some extent. 3D sea power. In that sense, it is quite interesting, very involved, and it is something that I am still trying to learn. And thankfully, the community has been very kind so far. This is a 4v4 that we're watching. You can see all of these blue arrows, or purple, I'm not sure. These are my allies. And over here I have my own ship. I thought I had two. I'm not so sure at this point. These are two standard ships. So they've been pre-made. And with that I don't have to worry about what they can do that much. All of these ships are extremely involved in the sense that they all have their own components. They all have their own way that you are supposed to control them, supposed to use them. Let me move over to Point Charlie. That's what they want me to capture. Now, as opposed to sea power, you have a 3D battle space, which means that you can get attacked from different directions. Now, in sea power, you can sort of have the same thing happening, but you can get jammed in 3 different directions. So you can find that your ships are going to get attacked from above. They might at the same time be getting missiled from below. And as opposed to sea power, where you're able to launch missiles, for example, around... where your missiles just go straight on. Right now you can set missiles up at an arc. So, for example, over here we have the armed AWACS. Let's assume that's a missile platform. You could launch your missiles up, like vertically, and then over these asteroids, and then down onto the enemy. So, in that sense, it is very, very involved. And it's going to be difficult to explain quickly, like, how this game works. Even though I have played it a few times, even though I have done the tutorial, like, it is extremely involved. So, let's just go to the screen as we normally have it. What do we have? We got guns. We have a couple of our cannons, bow, stern, as well as a triple mount at the bottom of the ship. These are all controlled by radar. Of course, the more that you turn your radars on, the easier you will be detectable. If you are transmitting comms with your allies, you will know what they can see. You will also be able to transmit your own detections. If you turn that off, you are going to be a little bit less easy to detect. So all of those things are going to have impacts on whether or not you're getting detected. You can, for example, in this game have a couple of ships which are going to be your detectors, or maybe even one ship. So you can have one ship out there capable of detecting things, of course not through solid rock. And then with that you'll be able to detect things for the rest of your potential shooters, which might be hiding back there. I'm going to just ask the team how I can best serve them. We are in command of positions B and C. We got Delta and Echo in enemy hands. And here we go. We have an unknown track. Track 4322. Let's see. Let's have my ships go here.
We're on the way, Commander.
So we're going to sort of punch underneath. Near Mark A. Roger. Okay, so they want me near Mark A. Move here. Understood. That means we're gonna move to here and then up, which I will collide with. I can add a waypoint and then I can add another point there. There we go. So now we're gonna use the the islands, these asteroids for cover, and that will allow me to stay mostly undetected and at least most likely not get shot at. At least that's the plan. If you do get shot at, you're going to have a look over on the right hand side, and this is the whole schematic of the ship. You can see I have aft maneuvering thrusters, And I have forward maneuvering thrusters. The more of these things to get destroyed, the more likely you are to have a ship that's very sluggish. Ships get propulsion from a radar drive or any of the other types of drives that you put on. Those get energy from reactors. You have damage control lockers. You have, of course, the cannons, which need to maintain functionality. I even have a VLS, which can throw out chaff and flare decoys. They're not used for offensive operations aboard this ship. Although, if you wish to, you can design a whole missile, but more on that later. Now, what's going on here? We got people already throwing missiles at each other. Track 6 is 227. Do we know what that is yet? Not fully. So we know that there is something there, but we can't fully detect what it is. There's definitely a lot of missile boats behind it. And yeah, I can't exactly see. On the whistle blow, the one last push to the bitter end. Into the trenches, fixed bayonets. Yeah. These people have their own fleets designated. Okay, how are we doing? We are in control of points A, B, and C. So we're doing quite well. And with that, we're getting more points. We got one ship pushing pretty far ahead here. Ships can jam each other. And when they do that, for example, when this guy starts jamming into that direction, let's assume that they even have one, they're going to be able to blind all of their ships. Which will mean that unless they have somebody else spotting for them, again, sort of akin to sea power, they will be unable to shoot. Now, it looks like Explosive Megumin over here has decided to pull back this corvette just behind cover, so that he's not going to get shot at anymore. We still do have 2 support missile corvettes, which by the looks of it are reversing course a bit and actively shooting up tracks 6227, which we still can't fully see. Again, we know that there's something there. You can see the shells going in and they're doing some sort of damage, but we can't fully see the target yet. Note how ships are maneuvering different, especially relative to sea power. Because you're orbiting in a 3D battle space, and because of that you can see the ships are just moving vertically down. Almost as if they were a submarine. What we got there? Cruise missiles. Yep, we got a couple of cruise missiles, which are going... Look at that, he's arced them all the way around. These missiles, if I understand this correctly, are going to follow this path all the way over, around... And then they're going to go active and try and detect and eliminate this Draugr over here. Which, again, we cannot see yet. If you're getting very confused by this game, then you're getting it right. Because there is so much that I'm trying to explain in a very short time span while still trying to play the game myself. How are we doing here? Got 2 incoming tracks. We're ahead by 30 points. No thanks to me, I'm just kind of sitting here with my 2 heavy cruisers. We got 1 armed AWACS. Ooh, armed indeed. He's throwing out more missiles. Missiles are a finite resource, much like your ammunition. In my case, for example, I carry 700 HE shells for, 275 AP shells, etc. The same can be said for missiles. It's not like you have an infinite amount of these things. Yep, he's once again looping them around. Potentially trying to go after the lower floor over there. No eyes on. What we got there? Unknown. Yeah, here we go. This target is getting jammed. We don't exactly know what's going on. We do know that there's a lot of missiles coming up here. And that's going to be interesting to see for this corvette, which is using its point defense weapons to try and hold off as many missiles as possible, but I don't think they're going to have a great time with that. Some of these might actually be decoys, but this ship is taking a bit of a pounding here. You see the point defense cannons trying to hold off as many of these missiles as possible, but they're definitely hurting. Uh-oh. If you see a countdown of 2 minutes, that means that you have to really quickly get rid of this ship. get away from this ship because it will explode. Its reactor is going critical.
Enemy engaged.
At the moment I'm feeling rather useless because so far I haven't had to do anything just yet. We are, however, taking fire. So let's lock targets and engage them.
Copy. Engaging the enemy. Receiving.
Ideally with both ships.
Got him in our sights.
There we go. Now we're opening up against whatever this is. The Dr. Mitochondria.
Receiving.
We are currently firing, what is it? I think HE, yeah. Seeing as I'm not exactly sure what I'm shooting up yet, I probably should be switching to armor-piercing shells.
Copy. Engaging the hostile spiker on the scope.
I do not have electronic warfare on these ships, so it's not like I can jam them. We'll just have to hope that we actually hit something. All the way 10 kilometers out. 11. Yeah, we're still not really hitting much. Not yet. Although they are returning fire. Alright, let's point our bows toward the enemy. Heading. Face track. This way I'm going to keep the strongest part of my ship, at least as much as possible, at the enemy. Keep in mind, though, that that might just reorient the ship so much that I cannot actually fire all of the turrets. So you're making a decision here. Do you want more firepower, or are you going to use a bit more safety and just point your bows at the enemy?
Enemy has us locked on.
Based on how we're doing right now,
Ready whenever you are.
And seeing this, I am getting locked. I think it's time to start pushing back a little bit.
We're on the way, Commander.
So we're going to slowly reverse. I also got something up there, which is now throwing out missiles. See, this guy we can finally see. That is a cruiser, if I'm not mistaken.
Receiving.
Yeah, we're going to lock this ship in.
Enemy is being locked. Locking him up.
And I want to engage this guy with armor-piercing shells.
Engaging.
Same for you.
We've got him in our sights.
Main guns, rear guns HE is fine.
Waiting for your orders, Commander.
Damage. So far, I think we're fine. Haven't taken that much damage yet. Here we go, returning fire. We are getting some hits. Whether or not we're getting through their armor as well as their deflecting or their sloped bow, I'm not sure. I think we might be able to get some damage in.
Enemy lock detected. Waiting for your orders.
Value judgment is now getting locked onto by the enemy. Seeing as these things have mostly passed, we don't really have a good line of sight anymore. We are, however, taking fire, so let's pull back.
There's internal damage.
Move down and reverse. Yeah, the value judgment is now definitely taking some fire. We have 2 destroyed modules, including a thruster and a point defense turret. We are on fire with the VLS, and that means that the value judgment is going to take a lot of damage for the time being. Keep your nose towards the enemy. I think we're getting engaged by rail guns. As for how we're doing relative to the enemy, I really can't tell you. I really simply do not know. There's the Draugr. Not under command. This ship is not that much of a problem anymore. It's not under command, which means it is... Well, I wouldn't say it's harmless. Much like this one. But we are at least in a slightly more favorable position right now. Are we going to get engaged by anything presently? Not really. They're trying to capture Alpha here. That's not great. Okay, moral failing. We got a ship 9 kilometers out. We got a ship basically 5 kilometers out. Let's engage that one. Lock it in. And considering it is a fairly small target, I'm going to switch to HE.
Copy. Engaging the enemy.
We are getting some hits in, but they're making that difficult. There we go, we just lost line of sight.
Waiting orders.
We can still see them, to be sure, but we can't actually do a whole lot of damage against them. What are we doing here? They're about to cap alpha. If I push up, I'm going to be coming under fire from all of those things again, so I would rather not. And the rear guns as well.
Firing on target.
Focus fire on this. Well, they got alpha. Or Zone Atlas as they call it here. Still no good visual on 9233.
We're taking hits. Receiving.
But the value judgment is on the receiving end of some fire here. Trying to get a whole lot of damage in on 9233. We know that their condition's 100%. Their point defense status is 97%. We have still 3 destroyed components, but aside from that, I think we're doing alright.
Negative. Out of range.
And we can't lock them in.
Waiting orders.
That's unfortunate, because that means our accuracy is not as good as it could be. That's unfortunate. Now, the enemy has alpha, and considering this swath of ships around here, I am not 100% I can actually push through here. Not when I'm also fighting those ships over there. So I'd much rather take it slightly slower and deal with these things first. If these want to push...
Enemy is open fire.
Where are they gonna go? It looks like they're heading down towards this support missile corvette. Can I interdict if I move here? Maybe.
Moving. We're on the way, Commander.
We are still coming under fire. There's something long range that I can't see. That's not a good sign.
We're ready whenever you are.
These things are only 6 kilometers out. That's that group of the trench people, like fixed bayonets and stuff. This thing has a condition of 4%. Ah, we lost them. Great.
Waiting orders.
Okay.
Standing by.
This is going to be an interesting fight. Am I going to have backup? Possibly. We got those 2 ships down there that they were trying to engage. Maybe we can get eyes on them here.
Aye, aye. We're on the way.
For those of you who already know this game and are furiously typing into the comments, I am very much welcome to learning. I very much appreciate learning more about this game, but please do so in a constructive manner, because otherwise it's not really going to be much use for anybody.
Locking target.
Engage.
Enemy has us for your orders, Commander.
Focus on this one.
We've got him in our sights.
Oh, there's something else shooting me up from above. That one. I think Ocello is coming in a hurry. That's a problem. Okay, we're gonna have to push in then.
We're on the move.
Use the cover that is provided by the... I was gonna say islands, but like by the meteors. Moral failing is gonna take some damage here. Get down.
Underway.
We are getting some decent damage in. Their condition's 74%. The rest of them, not under command. This one's 100. This one is 30%.
Waiting for your orders, Commander.
Okay, moral failing. How are you doing? Oh crap, I pushed out too far. I got the antibody and the mitochondria also attacking me now.
Engaging us.
I'm stuck between these ships up here and these ships over here and these ships here. So I kind of overextended. I can try pushing back somewhat, but moral failing here is definitely going to take a lot of damage in the process. How's this ship doing? We don't even know. We can't see it. Are we getting jammed or something?
Need to get that component online. Fine and clear. We got a component offline.
Component offline status. Bullseye radar. PDT's offline. Point defense turret, that is.
Component offline.
Let's see if my allies can help me out.
We took a hit. Component down.
We're down to 10 destroyed components. Incoming missiles.
They're locking us.
Yeah. I think this could be the end of it for me.
Component offline.
My ship is doing what it can, but it's getting kinda hammered here. Oh, at least we got eyes on them again.
Waiting orders.
It does look like they're focusing fire. This one's evacuated, that one's empty. 33%. The last push. One last push. I'm not so sure this thing is even still functional.
Waiting for your orders.
Let's switch fire to the ones that we do know are functional.
Copy. Engaging in. Still here.
You're still here, yeah, but that won't last much longer, will it?
Offline.
I think my crew's panicking. Yep, my crew's panicked.
We lost a component.
Yeah, go figure. We lost a lot of components. You can repair some components, but at the moment I wouldn't really know where to start. As long as my cannons maintain functionality, that'd be lovely, so that I can just keep doing damage. Oh geez, he's close.
Receive. Enemy missile detected. Copy. Engaging in. Component offline.
Lock him in.
We're in the middle of something.
You're in the middle of something, yeah.
We're almost out of missiles.
You're in the middle of the enemy. That's kind of where the problem lies right now. Condition unknown. Come on, let's get some damage in, please.
Offline.
Moral failing is doing really badly.
Make it quick.
Look at that.
Hull breach. Component destroyed.
This ship is getting completely wrecked. We're getting some PDT fire in against all of those missiles, but it's not going well. And I don't really know how my allies are doing. Without point A, I think we're not doing that well. Because we're losing points, or rather, the enemy's gaining points faster than we are. These guys are at 64%. Again, there's a whole intel mechanics that teaches you, or that shows you how well or how poorly the enemy is doing. Switch to high explosive, because we've already done some damage against them. Wait, now the condition is 100%?
We have no more ammo.
Come again? Oh, they're also capping B right now. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work out too well. Moral failing is still getting shot at.
Component destroyed. We need to get out of here.
If we still have propulsion, let's try turning the ship around.
We got a component offline.
Same for you. Let's see if we can get you behind these covers here.
Component down.
Unfortunately, at this point, I have 12 destroyed modules, including a couple of thrusters. You can get a couple of them restored, but not that many.
We're nearly out of ammo.
The cello over here is down to 24%. That push cost them dearly.
Command link back.
The enemy secured zone box.
Okay, we are only in command of Charlie right now. Okay, at least I'm no longer getting shot at by all those guys in the middle. I still got something on top of me here.
Component offline.
4th floor.
We lost a component.
Moral failing is down to 34 destroyed components. There's not a whole lot of that ship left.
Locking that target. Out of ammo. Firing solution locked in.
Engage. Roll the ship.
Drive restored.
Because I'm now no longer capable of engaging this one.
Drive's hit.
I just hope that I'm able to contribute something to my team in this match. Lost line of sight. Atmosphere leak on board the reinforced damage control locker.
Receiving.
It's not exactly what you want to see either.
Make it quick.
Moral failing. Can you still engage targets here? Because
Open fire.
we have targets.
Can't do it. Fire control's locked on.
Let's see, can we still eliminate one of these ships? That'd be great. They're immobilized. Here, on the whistle blow as well as one last push have both been evacuated.
Component destroyed.
What are we firing? AP or HE? HE on both, excellent. Here's one of those support cruisers, or support corvettes. Damn it, there's still a railgun operational there. That's bad news for the moral failing. Yeah, we're still getting hammered by these ships here.
Back. Waiting for your orders, Commander. Okay, the drive's been fixed.
The fourth floor is now behind cover. That's unfortunate. That's not where I wanted them.
Component destroyed.
Go up.
We're on the way, Commander.
Maybe we can just peek over there. And with that, potentially engage some more targets. I think the moral failing is dead in the water. I think that she is just immobilized. Look at the port side of that ship. That's not a good look. Yeah, let's see if we can get the cannons back online. So otherwise, I wouldn't really be doing damage now, will I? So you're still here, huh?
Locking them up.
We'll stop.
Stop the ship.
I don't want to push up too high for fear of getting all the attention from those ships there. I think LSC 4 over here pushed in a bit much. Their condition's 32%.
We are securing zone Boxer.
The
enemy is securing zone Comet.
Yeah.
Receiving.
You want me to get on Alpha?
Engines hit.
That will put me in the middle of a cross fire. You're a casino ship now? What's he on about? Also, what's that HDR graph? How do I get rid of that? No idea what this screen is here, nor how I get rid of it. Must be some sort of dev mode.
Component offline.
Okay, time is apparently of the issue. Let's get an Alpha.
We're on the way, Commander.
We still have propulsion. Let's get out there.
Okay, the drive's been fixed.
Moral failing is still functional somehow.
We have secured zone Boxer.
Make it quick.
Come on.
The enemy
Open fire.
zone Comet.
Open fire.
We still got guns. Let's put them to good use.
We need to get that component online. Waiting for your orders, Commander.
Yeah, now I'm definitely coming under fire from the rest of these ships. The enemy's out 828 points for 1,000, so they're definitely approaching a win very quickly. I'm not going to Point Alpha, am I? This is where I should be going.
We've lost a component.
Yeah, give or take.
All tubes are empty.
I think they're evacuating the ship here. So let's change fire.
They won't know what hit them.
Well, I think they have a pretty good idea given our current condition on the value judgment. Which isn't particularly stellar. Let's get some damage in. Here we go, not under command.
Incoming.
All sorts of lifeboats are leaving the ship. So that ship is done for.
Waiting for your orders, Commander. Hostiles engaging us.
884 for 1000. It's not looking good. Thrust power, very low. Yeah. I'm not sure there's a whole lot that I can still do about that. I do have a couple of restores. Let's get the main engine rebuilt. We're still taking, which I think is railgun fire here.
Securing zone dagger.
Interestingly, this is done to the bitter end.
We're ready
Yeah, dude,
whenever
more
you are.
ways than one, huh?
We lost
I
a
can see my ship is
component.
rolling over, trying to keep all the guns on target. Come on. Are you reloading or what?
Received. We've lost a component.
Here we go. We're definitely getting some damage in on this ship, but not fast enough, it feels. It looks like they're just armed with a bunch of PDTs, point defense turrets. Except for this thing here. Yeah.
Received. Need to get that component online.
We have secured zone dagger.
Okay, we still got degraded thruster power. We're not doing that well.
We lost a component.
We're down 15 components at this point. Interestingly, the rest of these ships don't seem to be doing much. Oh, who's that? Crap.
Low on ammo. Standing by.
Okay.
They
Return
won't know
fire.
I hit 'em.
Lock him in.
And lock.
Turrets turning. Attempting to get to point alpha still.
We're on the way, Commander.
Just hope one of these ships isn't going to go critical. We do have an ally
Got a low
here.
power warning.
That support missile corvette still here.
We're ready whenever you are.
Unfortunately, my ship seems to be getting mostly destroyed right now. Fires.
Abandoned ship. Abandoned ship.
Yeah, and there goes the second one. Moral failing has been completely destroyed and is now evacuating the ship.
We've lost a component. Receiving.
We are securing zone eclipse.
Yeah, they got it. The first game your tugs actually did anything. I'm not even sure what the tugs are.
They're jamming us.
I'm very curious to see how much damage I was able to do. You can thankfully see this per ship. Yeah, anti-ship warfare, poor. Whose ship is that? That's the moral failing, that's mine. Okay. That's the enemy forces. Here are my forces. Damage dealt 3,000. Damage received 20,000. However, the value judgment did 16,000 damage and received 8.5. Not terrible. As for the rest, we have... You can see that this guy dealt a lot of damage, received absolutely nothing. The tie and spasm. The slutty map. About even, I'd say. This guy did a lot of damage, 5k. Took nothing. Could be, what, a missile? No, it's not a missile boat. It's just a gunboat. Good anti-ship warfare effectiveness. Missile defense, terrible. So far, I have seen missile defense be mostly terrible. So, in that sense, yeah, I don't really... Look at that. Damage dealt 25,000. What were you using? Mark 62 cannons. As well as a Mark 600 beam weapon. Yeah, this did most of the damage. No, actually, this did most of the damage. That beam cannon, 21,000 damage. Well done. As you can see, even just looking at the post-battle results screen tells you a lot about what could have done different, could have been done better. Where your damage was, like what did the most damage to my ships. How did I do with dealing with incoming missiles? not great. Is an understatement. So all of these stats are available. Time in contact, 23 minutes 50. Yeah, this ship was eliminated at 31 minutes. As for the enemy, 11,900. I did encounter that one, the mitochondria. Dr. Blood Cell 1 and 2 and Dr. Antibody. Look at that. Excellent missile warfare, excellent in-ship warfare. Cannon, 100mm shells. And they did 8,000 damage, 4,000, 3,000. What were all those things that I found in the middle? Here, the fixed bayonets. Damage received, 4,800. Damage dealt, 618. 3,000 done, 1,000 done. About 400 done, and 5,500 done. Interesting. Exit battle report. Alright, well, that is going to be it for this video. This is Nebulous Fleet Command. I hope I was able to give a moderate indication of what this game is about. As you can see, I am still learning a lot about this game. I'm still trying to figure out what to do, how to play, figuring out the 3D battle space so you don't accidentally run headfirst into getting engaged by all different directions. Exactly what I had happen. I think it's a very interesting game. If you like Sea Power, then this can definitely be something to play as well. Link to the game down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more.